For this weekend, Mark, early thoughts just now. There's no team news at the moment, but for Rangers the story is that people are getting better. You remember this time last year they were beset with so many problems, but not so many this season.
Paul, I'll say. I mean, I said on Tuesday night, I think Rangers are on top of the table now to stay. But what I would say, I think out with the 2 games against Celtic, Rangers have got 10 league games to go. I think, arguably 2 of those most difficult games are the next 2, the back-to-back. Home to Hearts on Saturday, away to Kilmarnock on Wednesday, I think it is. If Rangers take 6 points out of 6, Paul, I think they're absolute certainties to win the league. Absolute certainties yeah. If they take 6 points from the next 2 games. Now, if they drop a couple of points, that gives Celtic a glimmer of hope, providing Celtic obviously go to Fir Park on Sunday and win. And in current climate, you wouldn't back Celtic too much the way things are going at the moment. I think if Rangers get 6 points out of 6 their next 2 games, they've got more than one hand on the title for sure.
Rangers fan was on last night saying the media are not giving enough credit to Rangers. I don't.
And how
see
did they back
that.
it up? I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's not even worth responding to that. That's absolute nonsense.
For sure. I think you often think that when one of the big 2 is going wrong for them, you get the opposition fans. So obviously a lot of Celtic fans have been on this week here and elsewhere complaining about what's going wrong, but Rangers have had so much credit, quite rightly.
They have had a lot of credit, but by the way, Paul, and Philippe come on, will be the first guy to say this, they've not won the league yet. They've still to do it. They've still got 12 games to go, and the hard work starts now. Stevens, he's been at the top of the titles, chasing a title just now, albeit it's in League One, but nonetheless it's still a title. You've got to get over the line. Rangers have got themselves in a fantastic position. They've put themselves firmly in the driving seat. However, they're still to go and win it. And that's why Philippe Clement will not get carried away. That's why Barry Ferguson, as a former Rangers captain, isn't getting carried away, because they haven't won it yet. So they'll get all the praise that's coming, and more so when they win it. But at the moment, all they've done is put themselves in a right good position, and they'll get credit for that. But the real credit comes when you deliver a title. Look at Celtic, 5 trebles in 7 years, the praise that they had. And by the way, you could argue that Celtic never not get enough praise because it was taken for granted. Oh, they've won another treble. How difficult is it to win a treble? It's very, very difficult. And yet Celtic done it with regularity in the past 7 years.
That is it. I mean, to win any league, it's so hard, it's so mentally draining, and it's going to there'll be a test. Something will come up, maybe unexpectedly, for Rangers. They might win the next 2, and then it might be the game after they drop points. At some point they'll have a little moment, a rocky moment, even if it's Celtic just maintaining the run right up to the game at Ibrox, when they could potentially pull away. But it's probably now that they're on top, all of a sudden I think the mentality, it's almost the momentum of it's been like a train. But I do think it's just the way football works. At some point they will maybe face a game where they go 1-0 down, like the Hearts game early in the season. I know they're coming up in this Hearts game against, where they're really going to have to dig deep, because I don't think they're just going to continue in this manner without any sort of trip up.
So you would disagree with Mark there, that you don't
I just think it's going to be the way the league works. The top 2, they do win a lot of games. I think Celtic will win their next couple. Their next huge test, I think, is going to be at Tynecastle, obviously. As much as Celtic, every time you go out you're thinking they aren't really in full flow, but I think if Carter Vickers is back, and it's a big if, because he's really struggled to stay fit, but if Carter Vickers came back on the pitch, then history shows that when he's on the pitch, Celtic don't lose a lot of football matches. He's so important to them. I think he is the integral player for Celtic, and a huge part of why they've struggled this season. But I just think to win a league, there's always those moments where the big test is still to come.